Janice Law, the founder and president of the American Women Writers National Museum, whose acronym is AWWNM. Our museum is dedicated to honoring America's brilliant, talented women writers, historical and contemporary. Our grand opening was February 13th, 2012, in this temporary startup shared storefront location in downtown Washington, D.C. AWWNM's 50-state project is designed to honor select women writers in each of the 50 states. Each month, women writers of 4 states will be honored as part of an already scheduled event at AWWNM. As in the one today, we are doing science fiction and fantasy writers. AWWNM will not be able financially to make a video each month, so this video is illustrative of it's a short version of upcoming videos for the 50-state presentations. Kathy Overton, videographer, has generously donated her services for this video. The inaugural 4 states for May 2012 are Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Maine. Lists of prospective honorees were developed from consultations with representatives of Centers for the Book, humanities councils, librarians, academics, writers, and other sources. Additional writers from each state will be selected every 13 months, as each group of 4 states rotates alphabetically. So if your favorite American women writer is not included this month, she will probably be honored in future AWWNM presentations as part of the 50-state program. The 50-state honorees for May are Maine, Josephine D. Peary, 1863 to 1955, who was the first American woman to take part in Arctic explorations. Her lively journals and books record her 7 Arctic expeditions, recounting her adventures hunting in the frozen wilderness and interacting with native populations. Her husband, explorer Robert Edwin Peary, accompanied her. Sarah Orne Jewett, 1849 to 1909, one of Maine's best-loved and most well-known novelists and short story writers, noted for her sensitive portrayal of women's lives in rural New England, such as the country of the pointed firs. The spectacular work of these brilliant women, including from Maine Edna St. Vincent Millay, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and many other talented American women writers, is part of the Maine Women Writers Collection, curated by Kathleen Miller, and includes approximately 6,000 volumes by more than 500 Maine American women writers. It is available online at www.une.edu. This information will also be posted on the AWWNM website. Louisiana. In Louisiana, we have selected contemporary living poets because AWWNM also honors poets, screenwriters, historians, and categories in addition to authors. Ava Lavelle Heyman won the 2003 Louisiana Literature Prize and many other literature awards. Her most recent book is Why the House is Made of Gingerbread. She teaches poetry writing in Baton Rouge. Julie Kane, Louisiana's current poet laureate, won the Donald Justice Poetry Prize and other major recognitions. Famous radio personality Garrison Keillor of Prairie Home Companion read 2 of Julie Kane's poems on the Writer's Almanac. Kentucky. Effie Waller Smith, poet, 1879 to 1960, was the daughter of former slaves. Rhymes from the Cumberlands, 1909, is representative of her poetry. She collected into 3 books, published in major literary magazines. Alice Hagen Rice, 1870 to 1942, produced one of the best-selling novels ever written and set in Kentucky, Mrs. Wiggs of the Cabbage Patch, in 1901, based on her philanthropic work in a poor area of Louisville. Kansas. Mary Frances Shura, past president of the Mystery Writers of America, who wrote 50 novels. In 1985, she won the Carl Sandburg Literary Arts Award. Laura Abbott, a retired school teacher who began her writing career quite late in life. She's a popular romance writer of over a dozen romance novels. Helen Brockman, 1902 to 2008, who wrote The Theory of Fashion Design in 1965. And yes, you heard right, with her date of birth and death, she died at the age of 105, and her work is still the definitive work on fashion design. She was a professor at Kansas State University. To conclude, using an excerpt from the Autumn grand opening remarks of Carol Reardon, Executive Director of the American Press Institute, speaking of America's premier women writers, their voices and countless others will resonate in this special museum in the months and years to come. Their work will be celebrated, discussed, promoted, and made more visible. They are part of our American history and heritage. Through their many contributions, women writers have inspired and educated us, and, along the way, have helped us to find our own voices. Thank you very much. Keep an eye out for the 50 State Project and visit Autumn on www.AmericanWomenWritersNationalMuseum.org. Thank you.